Hello, so nice to have you here. My name is Gabby. I'm gonna walk you through Cervantes. Cervantes is an AI one-shot generator. Do you know what a one-shot is? It's in role-playing games, for example, Dungeons and Dragons. A one-shot refers to a short standalone game or adventure that is designed to be completed in a single session. That are typically self-contained with their own settings, characters, and objectives, and do not require ongoing commitment for the players. Okay, so let's give it a shot. First, we're gonna try to log in. As you can see, you have the options to log in with Google or email. If you want an account, we have an option to sign up below, right here. Your user needs some credits so you can start playing around with Cervantes, so please write me back and I can give you some credits to start creating your own adventures. Okay, so let's go. Let's log in with my username and password. Here we are. So let's see what we have here. You can see the amount of credits available. I have 48 at the moment. That's the amount of times you can create an adventure. Then I have a series of questions that will assist you into creating this one-shot adventure. Of course, you can request an AI to create an adventure for you, but here you have like a template or a structure that you can use to create it very easily. Okay, so let's see. The first one is define your setting. The setting is like the flavor of the adventure. In what realm or world will be located? We had some options here: fantasy, post-apocalyptic, modern horror, eldritch horror, sci-fi, and cyberpunk. Then we have, I'm gonna choose fantasy because it's the one I feel more comfortable with. Then we have the party mission. What is the party mission? We as a group, we work in a party to solve a problem. In this particular sense, that will be the mission. So I'm gonna tell that let's do something wacky. So maybe find the rubber dog of truth that will allow the wizard to unlock the spell of better coding. Great. Now let's see who is going to give the party its mission. So why not? Let's see. The wizard, Steve Wozniak. Okay, let's use the Woz here. Where is the adventure located? Oh, it said Costa Rica, but I'm gonna do something like California, so Calitoria. Good. How does the party meet? We usually meet in a tavern. That's something that we do in fantasy world. But let's be a little bit insane here and add that in a specialty coffee shop. Great. Now that we have our inputs, we're gonna try to create or generate the adventure. It will take a little bit. In the backend point of view, is connecting to OpenAI. Front end was developed using Nextjs as a framework, And at the moment, we're using Tailwind to give it a look to the user interface. We plan to improve the user interface and make it look more like the wireframes in the initial design. The end of this uh, web application is, yeah, it is done. Sorry that it's taking a little bit of time, but we can improve that in the future. So here's what the AI created. So let me read the results. Let's see, the introduction is: in a mystical land of Kali, Toria, a group of adventurers find themselves being called upon for a peculiar task. You see, it is like an introduction to the adventure, and it's something that the dungeon master or the person guiding the group can entitle before starting the adventure. Then there's a mention of the characters, and it is totally created by our prompt. So here is Asterix Shadowheart, Heart, a nimble and resourceful rogue hailing for the distant city of Serenia. Asterix possesses exceptional acrobatic skills and unmatched ability to sneak past even the most vigilant guards. She carries twin daggers named Shadow Strike and Moon Shiver. That's so good because the characters are very well defined and in a very short style, so you don't have to read a lot. So they have Thorin Ironforge and Luna Evergreen. There's of course a villain, the bad guy, and a short description of this particular character. So here are the scenes. So we divided in two scenes, three with the final confrontation, and we also added a plot twist. So it gets a little bit interesting while you're playing the one shot. Um, Finally, we also have alternative endings in case that you want to go in different directions, right? That happens a lot because sometimes when people are playing these one shots, they get distracted and they actually do not complete the goal to, in this case, to find the the rubber dog of truth, right? So it is interesting. Let me check what the one of the first scene. Okay, the first scene is the call of the adventure. Zephyrus the Wise, a wise old wizard, approached to the adventurers in the coffee shop, explaining the dire need for the rubber dog of truth to unlock the spell of better calling. He provides them with rough description of Morgan Bloodlane and his possible whereabouts. Zephyrus entrusts them with a magical compass that can detect mystical energies, hoping it will aid them in their quest. So this is very important. The person is given in a magical object, and they will be able to complete the mission using that object. So whenever they're playing, they need to mention that I'm gonna use that. Well, enough about playing the game because it's really interesting. But this is really useful for people who want to play a really short game, and actually there will be able to create it very, very easily. That's the end of the product. So let's try to download. We're gonna have more options. We want to download this in PDF as well, but right now it only downloads it in Markdown. So let's see. This is the format that I will download it. Sorry, code. And here we are. So this is the final version in Markdown. Um, since I'm in Visual Studio, I can actually see how it looks like with the format really pretty, right? And it is about it. Okay, let me go back. It is about it. So thank you so much for checking this video. We would really like to keep working with this project. We have lots of features in mind, like making the export one shot have flavor, of the setting by including illustrations and fonts that reflect the genre. And we would also like to create character sheets for players in AI generated avatars. Our first task is to improve the interface since and make it look more like the design we have in wireframes. Again, feel free to contact me back. I'm happy to provide you some credits to check it out. Thank you, and this is goodbye.